Hey, what's up guys, it's Don here, and today I'll be showing you how to make a custom emblem and title for Modern Warfare 3. Now, this wouldn't have been possible for MaxSaga for two reasons. One, I couldn't find the files and he found them, and two, he found a converter that makes them work. Now, we were able to make the emblems work, but not the titles, so I gave up, but he did some research and found this image to IWI converter, and it works amazingly. So yeah, let's get started. So we're going to go into our Marfa 3 folder and go into the main folder, obviously. Now the emblems and titles are located in two folders. One is the IW00 and the other one is IW02. So if you can't find some in the I00, you can find them in the IW02. So I'm actually use the ones in the IW00 because it's the easiest. So go into here, go into images, and we're going to scroll down all the way down to where it starts with the C letter. So right there, car, and there you go. So the emblems are called card icons, and the titles are called card titles. Now for the IWO2, it's a bit different. We'll take a look here. If we go into images, they actually fall under the IW5 at the start. So scroll down, and as you can see here, IW5. Then you get the card icon / card title, depending whichever one you want to look for. So yeah. So now we're gonna go back to our IW00, and the one I'm gonna edit is the Mexico one. So we find it here, drag it out, and we're going to drag this IWI to the IW2 DDS converter. And you see we have our image here. Now we're going to go into Photoshop and drag that in here. So drag this in here. And we're going to load it with default size and no bitmaps nor flipped vertically, and hit OK. So here's one thing. We're going to unlock the layer as well. Since we're going to be using PNG format and not the DDS format when exporting, the layer is actually useless, but not useless as much. So if we save this as is right now, actually let me import a picture. So let's say I want the Pluto wallpaper to go in there. And I'm actually going to stretch this out. Whoops. So this looks pretty decent. Make it a little bit bigger, and it's right there. So if we save our image like this, our card title will actually be this size because the PNG format is going to be ignoring the alpha layer. Now let's say you want the actual original shape of the card title, which is this here. Just hit select on the alpha layer, go back to your RGB layer and hit Control-Shift-I to invert the selection. Now from here, you're going to create a new layer and you're going to hit Alt backspace to fill in the layer so you can get a good look on how your card title is going to look, so it's not cropped off in certain areas that look important to you. Now this looks actually fine for me, so we're going to actually go ahead and select this new layer, and we're going to go into our original image. Let's go ahead and rasterize that, and we're going to hit backspace. I'm going to turn this layer off, and we're going to go into our Mexico one. And actually for the Mexico one, you can actually delete it. So we're going to delete that. And this is how our card title is going to look. So all we have to do is hit Control-Shift-S, and we're going to save this as a PNG format, remember? So save, large file size, OK, and minimize Photoshop. So we're going to go over here and drag our PNG into the image to IWI converter. And you're going to get this pop out, and when it says done, just click any key to exit, and you're pretty much done from here on out. So I'll be using Pluto as a demonstration, but you just drag this into your IW00 or IW02 folder. Or if you're going to do a lot of custom emblems or titles, you can actually make this into a IWD file. So I'm going to go ahead and show you that right now. So we're going to create a images folder with a lowercase I. Then we'll just copy our AWI file, paste it in there. And you're going to need some type of extraction software. I have WinRAR, and we're going to make this into a archive file. So we're going to change the format to zip, and in here you can name it whatever you want. So we're going to do the emblems as a test, and make sure to add the extension IWD at the end. So period IWD, and hit OK. Now all you have to do here is drag this file into your Pluto IW5 if you're using Pluto, or if you're using Techno, you drag it into your main folder. So I won't actually show you a preview of me going into Techno to show you that it's working, but you just drag it in here and paste it in there. But for Pluto, they recommend you use the Pluto IW5 folder. But if this fails, just go and put it in your main folder as well. So let's go actually launch the game so I can show you that it works. So if we go into our call sign, you now see that we have our custom emblem with our image, and it also has the regular shape that the actual title had. Now, if we didn't do what we did, we will actually have a big old square covering the back of our name, and it just looks ugly. And yeah, that's how you get a custom title. Now, the process is the same for the emblem, so I'm actually going to go ahead and show you that. So we're going to go and to our main folder. Actually, we have it open, so we're going to search through our card icons, and I'm going to use the headshot one because they do use different names, so it's hard to tell which is which. If I could find it, there it is. I just saw it. Awesome. There it is. So we're going to go ahead and drag this out as well. And we're going to drag this to our IW to DDS converter. And there's our preview. Drag this into Photoshop. Hit OK. And we're actually going to close this out. We're going to unlock the layer just by double clicking on it. And the alpha layer is useless for us in this case because it outlines the shape of the emblem. So, but I'd just like to keep this out so I could censor it, whatever you're going to put in it. So do I still have my pictures? All right. So I'm actually use the Pluto logo for this tutorial. And as you can see, it's already more big than the actual original emblem. So we're going to just size this down and censor it the best way we can. This looks fine. After that, you could just select the bottom layer and delete it. And that's pretty much it. You just hit Control Shift S to save it once again. Save as a PNG format. Save, large file size, okay. Minimize, and we're gonna minimize this here. Go into our card icon PNG and drag into our image to IWI converter. It's gonna say done, press any key, and we'll look for that IWI. Now, like I said, you can either organize everything and have card icons and titles separate, but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm actually going to just place it in that same IWD file that I created. So go into emblems, I'm going to drag this in here, hit OK, and let's run Pluto once again. So we go into our call sign now. We have the Pluto logo right up in there. And yeah, that's pretty much it on how to make a custom emblem and title for Modern Warfare 3. Once again, thank you to MaxSaga for finding out where the files are located and finding this amazing converter to achieve all this. If he has a YouTube, I'll link it down in the description so you could go sub to him. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if somehow, I don't know why you dislike it, honestly. And if you'd like to see more of my YouTube content, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.